Hello and welcome to the Lost Realm. This is the barn. Right in front of me is the first video I made of the realm. It will later on go into its own unique texture pack, but the early videos are just basic. So what we're seeing here, in the opening screen you saw that overhead shot that was just taken from the seed that I found it. Basically, so that was the island I've decided to start the realm on. Obviously being an island you get limited resources. This is a little, what do you call them? There's a technical name for these, isn't there? What do they call them when they spawn in the sea like that? I don't know. But anyway, there's me repairing this nether portal, which is just around the back of the island. Just behind where I do end up building my own base. But of course, what did I forget to bring with me when I was building it? Flint and steel, of course. So yes, there'll be a few cuts in this. It won't be like my traditional videos. It's not one all live thing through. This is going to be properly edited, narrated, etc., etc. So this is the first time I've tried this. We're using DaVinci Studio, which I highly recommend, but it's got quite a steep learning curve. But you've got to find the right YouTube videos. Anyway, so the trickiest thing of this was getting the transitions, because they just weren't working. And one YouTube video after another was getting it wrong. And then I found this great YouTube guy, and I'm gonna have to name him because he's too good. 8482 tutorials. I'm gonna repeat that. 8482 tutorials. He's a bit of a wizard on. He does all sorts. He's doing DaVinci, he's doing Adobe. He's got a whole load. But what it is with him, he doesn't pad out his videos like most people do. So if you've got information that requires a minute, he'll give you that information in a minute, whereas most people will pad out their videos to 20 minutes and often get stuff wrong. He gets everything right. He's spot on. So there we go. 8482 tutorials. I'm going to give you some free advertising because you helped me set up this program. Credit where credit is due. Woo. Don't hit the microphone. So what we're going to aim for is about 20 minutes on each episode. I'm not going to narrate every episode. Some will be meeting up with my nephew and my mate who's on here as well. And my nephew goes by the name of Peaks, and my mate goes by the name of White Wolf. They are both on this realm. Peaks joined first, then White Wolf joined afterwards. They've both got their own little builds going on. Peaks is my nephew, and as much as he loves Minecraft, he's a bit more of an explorer, whereas I'm more of the builder. And he'd never actually built anything before in Minecraft, or so he tells me. So I gave him a challenge to build a base that's a little bit different. So for his first build in Minecraft, he built a skull base into the side of a hill, really. And I thought it was fantastic. So he asked me if he could join my content creation team, and after he did that I said, that was a job interview and you just passed. There you go. Yes, the slowest build on a nether portal ever in the history of Minecraft. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But I had been off Minecraft for quite a while. This was the first time I played it in a very long time. After my adventure game build, I kind of needed a break from it, I think. But yes, first time I've been in survival for a while. I used to hang on my mate White Wolf servers sometimes. One in creative, one in survival. That was the last time I played in survival, I think. But yeah, this will be ongoing. Possibly indefinitely. We'll see how it goes. Obviously the first video is going to be a bit boring of any realm. But yeah, these are going to get more interesting as the time goes by. Let's get the final corner of that obsidian. Sneaky. I didn't want to go into the lava because I ain't got any water yet. No iron to make a bucket or anything like that. Very limited resources, very early game at this point. We do manage to complete this. And then we'll have a little wander around the island and you can see the starter. What it looks like on ground level instead of that overhead shot at the beginning of the video. Like I say, I'm going to try and keep these to about 20 minutes. There was some debate amongst us. Obviously my nephew being of the younger generation, he went for, oh, let's do, what did he say, 5 to 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. And White Wolf for me both thought half an hour to an hour, so we kind of split the difference a bit. And we're aiming for about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour on some of them. The tricky thing has been finding a time of day to record when it's quiet enough, but also when I'm awake enough. I thought about doing it in the middle of the night because it's peaceful, but my brain doesn't work that well then. At the moment, neighbours are going out in this hot weather, so I'm trying to do this in the early afternoon before it gets too noisy. This is why I haven't had many voiceovers lately, because of neighbours basically, and I didn't want horrible noise in the background of my videos. It's as simple as that. So now we're off to explore the island. Where we are now, this is the back of the island from that original overhead shot. So you're looking right behind that back mountain, and I do end up building, or start to build, a castle on there. It's only in its starting stages yet. Another thing I do on this realm, I'm rebuilding a building that I built on White Wolf's realm in survival mode, making it a little bit different and a lot bigger because we've had the height increase in Minecraft since then. It's basically, I call it Leviathan. It's going to be a public building. It's basically a giant pyramid, but in kind of a Aztec style. So that sort of pyramid that goes up in blocks, but it's going to be a big diamond. And it has black glass floors. When it comes out on the edge bits, you'll understand what I mean when you see it. It was based on an early design I did in Java, where I built this round castle, but I wanted it to be private, but I wanted you to be able to see out, but no one else to see in. So I came up with this design where it was expanding outwards with each level, but as on each expansion, you got this extra bit of floor, and I just made that floor black glass. So you can see down and around you, but it's very hard for people to see in. And also you won't get it on this texture pack, but in regular Minecraft, when you walk on black glass, in certain lighting conditions, like at night, it can turn almost invisible. And I just love that feeling of like walking on air. In this texture pack we put on it, makes it a bit of a kind of stained glass pattern, so it doesn't have quite the same effect, but I still like it. Of course, my mate White Wolf found the texture pack, because that's his thing. He's if we ever get this content creation thing going properly and make some good money, I'll hire him as my I don't know, art design man or something. We'll see. He's got a flair for it. He likes experimenting with lots of games, lots of texture packs. I'm more of a stick in the mud. I tend to work with what I like and stick with what I know, and it takes me a lot to experiment with new stuff, whereas that's kind of his raison d'etre. That's what he does. Like I say, Peaks is the explorer. So we got an interesting, diverse population on this server already. Now, as we go up to the public building, it was almost impossible to start building it. That's even harder to get to. Because I was unaware, I hadn't played Minecraft for so long, that some of the dynamics had changed. And the major one on this one is the snow. It's never used to be like this, but the snow on here, if you're in the right area and it keeps snowing, the snow will just build up and build up and build up. And when I was trying to climb to the top of this, I kept drowning in the snow, literally. Some of those snowfalls are like 15 blocks deep in places. It's incredible. So it was quite a process to get there. And I wish I'd recorded that now, because it could be quite amusing watching all my deaths. But we're kind of starting where I got the basics going here, and it's just starting to be functional, really. And I'm just trying to find my way up there again at this point. Eventually we build an underground path up there, so it's nice and simple. But like I say, this is first episode, early game. And we literally just sussed out how to do everything on the video software. I've used this video software before, but I tend to do just live videos. But I am actually media trained in all this sort of stuff, so I can do editing quite well when inclined. So I think this is a reason to do it finally. There's an old path, but I don't think that's going to take us there. Ah, that's right. End up, I built a path right across the island. That's a temporary one in the sky, you can see there. I think we're going to have to do that one to get there. Good thing is though, once you get set up on a place like that, it's incredibly hard for mobs to get you, because they also drown in the snow. So if you can set up on a place like that, it becomes a really good defensive base. First time I've ever narrated something, by the way. I mean, I've talked through my walkthroughs, but I've never actually narrated a video. Where are we now? Ah, yes. Gonna try and get back to the base before the sun sets. The good thing about this part of the island is you're never going to run out of food, because animals just spawn here all the time. So it's great for the meat eaters, which of course is brilliant early game. I haven't even bothered making a farm, because I just wander over here and there's always animals to eat, basically. Now where we're coming to, where this path starts here, this bit of this hill, mountaintop, whatever you want to call it, around here, this is where Peaks ends up building his skull face base, which comes out really cool actually. Looks even better on the texture pack as well. Let me get that going. So that'll be in a few videos time when he gets that going. In the meantime, we're going to finally go home. Well, it's not home technically. It will be for a while because it's a public building, so it's home while I'm building it. We're going to go back to Leviathan. So what you saw at the beginning was the temporary structure that we built on that property before we cleared the land. And basically, since the beginning of this video, that land has been cleared and we've started building the proper structure on there, Leviathan itself. And you'll see the beginnings of that in a minute, literally. Can you see it in the distance? See, we just got a couple of levels there. That will gradually grow over time. It would need absolutely crazy resources to build it. I'm literally going to have to hollow out the mountain it stood on, the entire mountain, to build it. And probably travel miles for the sand involved in the glass. So there we are. We've got this silly little temporary building here. And at this point, Peaks have joined the server. So we got the 2 beds. Yeah, we made it back before nightfall, safe and sound. We're just going to do a bit of building on main building now, I think, if memory serves. Oh, no, we're going into the nether, that's right. First time I went into the nether, again, was unaware the mechanic had changed, because last time I went into the nether in survival mode, piglins did not attack you unless you stole their gold. However, that mechanic is completely turned on its head now, and I was not aware of this. My nephew told me this after I went into the nether. He built a nether portal next to my base, basically, after I'd opened up that other one as well. And I went in there and I got instantly attacked by all the piglins, and they just killed me on sight. And it was like, no chance, got lynched. Now, what the hell was happening there? So I asked my nephew about it, and he said, oh no, it's all different now. He said, you can't go into the nether without wearing gold, otherwise they will instantly attack you. So that's weird, because the mechanic used to be, if you stole their gold, then they'd attack you, and if you left their gold alone, they'd leave you alone. But now you have to go in there wearing gold, or they will instantly attack you. That is a very bizarre turnaround in mechanics as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, this is basically me rescuing as much of my stuff as I could after they'd killed me. Now that we got 2 nether portals on here, there's a weird mechanic as well. Because if you go into the one behind the back of the island and come out of it again, you will come out here. It takes you back to this base, which is curious. Eventually I'm going to rebuild that inside Leviathan, but we'll leave it there for now. That was nice work of my nephew Peaks early game to find all that obsidian in his adventures. Yeah, I think we're going to end it soon. So you can get the basics. We got our little temporary base there. We got the main build going on behind it. Early game. First round vid. And we call it Lost. And yes, it was inspired by the old series, because I love that series. And we have just about come to the end of the video. There we are. There's our little island. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.